My name is Laura Giesbrecht, and I'm the Director of Operations for our Red Deer mustard seed. I could go on and on about how important nutrition is for kids. I'm a mom, and I didn't realize how important this program was for families in Red Deer. But as a mom, I understand that kids can't learn and they can't focus if they're hungry. There are over 3,000 kids in Red Deer who don't have access to good nutrition and to proper food. That's huge. We're a city of 100,000 people, and for there to be 3,000 kids that don't have lunches, that's a significant impact. And not only do we serve the needs of Red Deer, but we've also expanded to different rural areas. So over 15% of kids live in the low-income homes, and which is far more than the provincial average. So that's a huge factor for Red Deer and surrounding areas. And we are the largest lunch program in the city and in Central Alberta as a whole, actually. Pre-pandemic, our numbers were around 6,000 per month, and in the last 3 months, we've been making 10,000 lunches each month, which is around 500 school lunches a day. So the need for families is huge, and during the pandemic, there was also a huge need. School provides security for kids, and the opportunity to be able to access food through school is huge. And so I think some of the compounding factors of COVID, mental health strain, parents not being able to work, different factors like that have also led to the increase in our numbers.
If I don't eat lunch, then I feel like I get a headache, my stomach growls lots, I don't feel good.
So the school lunch program at the Mustard Seed operates from September to June every year. We continue to try to expand our program actually to include the summer months, and that'll be something that we're thinking about for this year, because the need for kids for food in the summer doesn't decrease, it actually increases. We make and deliver around 500 lunches each and every school day. We are serving 36 schools in Red Deer and 12 in surrounding rural areas. So this program would not run without the support of volunteers. We have one school lunch program coordinator, and there's no way that she could make 500 lunches each and every school day. So we have probably close to 300 volunteers that contribute countless hours. This program also would not be able to run without the help of our community agricultural sponsors and partners. People like Tasty Bakery, Olymel, Nosax, Pick and Pack, and then a large number of actual local farmers who donate different produce or meat items for us. So funds from this grant are just going to actually continue to help us to fund this program. We've all seen an increase in the cost of fuel and in the cost of food, and that has trickled down to our level also, and it has increased the cost of our school lunches. It costs us around $25,000 a month. Each lunch costs around $2.50. So if we've got 10,000 lunches, that's $25,000, which is huge. That's a significant amount of money. And so this money would help us to be able to continue to provide safe and nutritious lunch for kids, would allow us to deliver to rural areas, and helps to pay for the staff to coordinate our volunteers for this program.
I like the lunch program because basically you get food and you stay healthy.
So some of the short-term impacts would be just meeting a basic need of food for kids. If you are hungry, you cannot learn. And so to have the opportunity to provide kids with a lunch that would allow them to be able to focus and be just like all the other kids in their class who bring lunch every day. Those are some of the basic needs that we provide. I always think about a conversation that I had with a guest, someone who is currently experiencing poverty and homelessness, who said that if he would have had a lunch, he would have stayed in school. And when I think about the impact of a simple sandwich and an apple and maybe a cookie, that could have the power to keep someone in school and give them a better outlook for their future, better hope, that's huge. So I measure the benefits of this program through our really close interactions with the schools. They let us know what their needs are, and then we're able to respond to those needs. So sometimes we have the opportunity to send extra snacks for schools, whether that's extra fruits or vegetables or cookies, food that kids can take home on the weekend and that are not generally reflected in our numbers. So we work really closely with the schools to address what they're facing and see what they need and how we can meet that need. And it's one of those programs where you don't want to see your numbers go up. It's not good that we've increased from 6,000 to 10,000. Usually you want to see that kind of growth, but ideally I'd love for us to work ourselves out of a job and see our numbers decrease. So that's one of the ways that we really rely on the schools to make sure that we're meeting their needs and working with them to see what works and what doesn't, having the flexibility of different sandwich options for kids. Things like that are some of the ways that we would measure the success of this program.
I'm thankful that people give me the lunch because usually every day we don't get that much lunch.
So my name is Michelle Parker. I've been volunteering here steadily for the last almost 4 years. So the reason why I think it's so important and valuable and needs to continue is because I think about the little people that we feed. And I think maybe they didn't get breakfast that day. And if they didn't get breakfast that day, then they're not getting lunch without our program. And if they're not getting lunch that day, then how do those teachers teach them, and how do they retain what the teachers is trying to do? And you think about the whole cycle of things, whereas if you're that kid that's not getting fed, you're that kid that's not obtaining goals that all the other kids are, you're not getting the grades the other kids are, there's a really good chance, I'm sorry to say, that you're the kid that's getting bullied. You're the kid that's standing kicking stones at recess and nobody's talking to you. You're the kid that nobody really even knows you're invisible. They don't even know you go to that school. I just think nutrition at that age, building that brain and letting somebody know that we thought about you today and here's lunch, it can only be good for them. It can't be bad for them. So I'm like 100% that it has to continue. Our numbers are growing. We do 37 schools in Red Deer, 6 schools in Sylvan Lake, 3 schools in Innisfail, 1 in Bowden, Delburn, and Elnora. So the need isn't going away. It's not going to go away. It's going to get greater and greater, and the funding that is needed, it's needed because we don't want to give them a bad lunch. We want to give them a good lunch, and it's only going to help them be better students and better citizens. So that's why I like the school lunch program.